Hi everyone, this is Xander Breach, and this is my Weight Loss Journey 2, Part 25. Before I continue, I must remind you, please watch the warning video, and if you haven't seen Season 1 and the first 4 parts of Season 2, please turn this video off now, and feel free to watch those. If you watch this, you will be lost. You won't have any idea of where you're at. So, let's do a quick recap of where I last left off before I tell you the actual story again. If I remember correctly, I was moving into the group home at the time. I was, settling in basically. So that was the month of January, the rest of it, excuse me. Now we're going to go into February. In the month of February, I've gotten used to the group home routine. Yeah, I had to wake up early, but I was allowed to take naps, watch TV, listen to music. It was awesome. It was kind of like doing your own thing, but you got supervised a lot. You had dinner made every night. I was eating 3 hot meals. I was getting good rest. Just basically living life, sort of. Yeah, I had to do chores, but I didn't mind. They were pretty easy. Sometimes some of them came off a bit of a challenge, and there was people who actually checked my work, which was awful, which was the staff members. But on the other hand, things got done. I went to the grocery shop with the staff members, or should I say grocery store, excuse me, and I learned how to bargain shop. You know, shop at a reasonable price. But the one thing I do recall that month is going to a Valentine's Day dance. You see, the group home systems all around Texas would hold dances in San Marcos, Texas, and all the group homes in many different areas of Texas and all walks of life, well, not all walks of life, but many different areas would come to the dance. So I'm meeting like many different people from many different places, including seeing the people I normally hang out with at the workshop. So when I went to this dance, it was fun. I didn't have a girlfriend, so I never really cared that much. But the one thing I do remember is, if I'm going to be single at a dance, I might as well have fun. So I did, and I got some snacks, and the snacks were really cheap. We're talking 50 cents for practically everything. 2 quarters, you really can't beat that. And it gave me an opportunity to hang out with some friends, you know, just basically have a good time. It also gave me an opportunity to meet some new people. One person asked me to dance. I think it was someone I knew at the workshop, but I didn't really want to dance because I knew the person that asked me, she was already taken from someone else. So I had to take that in consideration. So I basically had a good time that night, but lo and behold, during that night, someone saw me and automatically had a crush on me. Yes, there was a girl there that started having a crush on me. And I think I saw her give me like a gazing look. Like, this guy's cute kind of look. But I ignored it. But what I didn't know is that I would later help her with something very important, as well as her residential director, helping her residential director out. So after the dance, we all went home. Maybe I talked about it a little bit, had a good time. And I didn't think much of it. It was just a way to just make some new friends, see some friends I already made, and just live life. I think somewhere like a week or two after the dance, my staff member at the lead staff member at the group home I was staying at gets a phone call. Apparently, one of the group homes in Seguin, Texas, is having some trouble. Remember I told you about that girl who had a crush on me? Yeah. And trust me, she wasn't my ex either. She basically was having some issues with that girl, and she needed my help to talk to her because the girl wanted to see her mom and she couldn't. So I went up there with the lead staff member, excuse me again, and all I did was I went up there to talk to her. When I went up there, I kept an open mind. Don't be a jerk, be nice. And, as soon as we get to the house, the staff member there, the residential director, calls her out and says, Chad's here. And I go there, and inside the house, and she stands right there and she's looking at me and she's just gawking at me, and I said, what's going on? And the staff member's like, she wants to see her mom. She's giving me some trouble here. I said, can we please have a talk? Brought her outside. Now, I don't remember her name exactly, but I do recall she was a great listener. I told her, I said, you're lucky to have your mom. My mom passed away when I was a teenager. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I told her the only way I can see my mom is in my dreams. Just like your staff member in there, the only way she can see her mom is in her dreams. And I basically let her know that everything's going to be alright and she will see her mom again. But be grateful that her mother was still alive. As soon as I got done doing that, she didn't give the staff member a hard time anymore. She was relieved, she was happy, everybody was happy. I went back home knowing I did a good deed. Gave some wisdom to someone who really needed it. I wasn't really interested in her, but I thought, why not just be a friend? And from there, the more I think about it, that was quite a month for me. February was the month to finally, really get used to the group home system. I settled in January. February was the month to get used to the group home system. And I gotta say, by the next month of March of that year, I was in for a big surprise. Like a really big surprise. And I can't stress enough the surprises I was going to get. I was going to meet someone who would later become my girlfriend. I was, going to go through some big changes that month. But most importantly, meeting that girlfriend. Or someone who would later become my girlfriend. and discover, things I didn't know I could do. So, with that said, and I know my videos are normally longer, so let me kind of tell you a little bit more about what's going on here to look forward to in these next parts. From the next part to the very end, I will be mentioning my ex, how we met, how we got together, how the breakup was happening, what caused the breakup. Now, I can't share a lot of details with you because I don't want to give it away so much. But I can tell you this: prepare yourself. Because this is what I've been talking about. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The one thing I've been telling you about. My first relationship. So, starting in the next part, I will be mentioning her, like I promised you. And I'll tell you one thing: to anyone who wants to know, this was the most ungodly relationship I was in. And the lessons I've learned would stick with me for a very long time. And please, please feel free to know you will probably relate. You will probably be learning some new things. And I hope I can give you wisdom along the way. Until then, y'all take care. God bless you. Bye bye.